numbers sometimes, especially if you're on base. Perfect. Boulders up there as well. Let's try to find the Yoshi one. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alright, but the blessings from Allah, fam. We are here today in North Wales looking to see if we could attain some level of gains as always. But the reality and harshnesses of the world makes this journey rather much more of a privileged conquest. And with that, we represent gratefulness in being able to geologically inspect, look at, touch up, and get excited on these tiny little edges, fam, like specimens who... Right, the main purpose of this trip is basically to try and see how father time has affected my level of strength gains. But I've been training indoors as well, so I'm feeling in the good shape. Obviously with my injury on the tension board, I think, yeah, I've been recovering a little bit, so I've got to kind of take it easy basically. But on rock, you got to remember you're always trying a little bit harder because, especially because the avenue is foreign to your body and your existence, and then because of that, you're kind of trying to make sure that you don't make any mistakes. So you've got to stay loose and relaxed and keep your composure, because that's the key variable. As you can see, in this beautiful valley of Wales, there's mountains everywhere. There's so many mans here this morning, it's crazy, fam. All the parking spots were taken by 6 AM. I was here at 5 AM on, fam. But yeah, it's really nice, cool summer breeze coming through at good Mediterranean temperatures. So inshallah, let's see if the gains are here to be made. So what you see me trying right now is a 7C, I reckon, in terms of the edges you're pulling off. Tiny little edges. It's hard to tell because every edge when you're looking at a hard climb looks about this size. And the grade is very subjective, to be honest. So some guy with bigger fingers could climb this the first time and find this way harder. Or you could find some origami wizard that would make this look easy, fam. So, and obviously you could find lanky guys that could just basically just leach the top from the floor. So it's all just subjective. You've got to keep that all in mind when it comes to these numbers, all of these existences, that you look to differentiate yourself against other specimens and relate that to your ego and get gassed. So numbing the ego is part of the process. I don't think I could do that again. I think I injured something there. Yeah, that's probably the hardest climb. I think I peaked. Yeah, I mean, that climb was amazing. I think, yeah, I'm not doing that again. I count that as done. My foot did dab along those little things there, the bracken, but I don't want to disturb the ecosystem, so I don't really care, to be honest. My feet were doing over 99% of the work, so I don't care. Judge me if you may. Anyways, the climb was amazing. It's good to practice on crimps. Plus, because of the tension and the thing, I think because of my injury, it might pop something because of the tension. It's like, it's quite awkward because it's basically ripped in the oblique. So there's something you have to realize as you get older. If you start building muscle and strength, which is more important for comorbidity factors, lowering them and having overall an improved, healthy well-being, you're going to also incur greater amount of resistance on the rock, or in terms of any high impact training. When it comes to like high tempo, bouldering is high impact because of the snap dynamism, so and the tension as well. So you got to train that and be wary about these things and treat yourself in a much more respectful regard as you get older, and your muscles and everything, and not try and act like you're young. As silly as that sounds, it's very easy to fall into those absent-minded endeavors which enslaves your mind into a purpose of weakness. Rather, you should have a purpose of strength to empower yourself with manifestations within yourself to ultimately make yourself the greatest person you could possibly be. So now I'm going to basically try and see if I could go up there somewhere and find another rock to touch up. I'm trying now as a 7B. So it looks beautiful, to be honest. To be honest, you could just carry on exploring this entire region. You could always find stuff. Because I can see the general geography of these mountains. It produces the boulders, which turns into a different ecosystem altogether. It's like almost like it starts to bleed or it's wounded. I mean, it produces the boulder as in like it starts to decay. So then there's stuff all over the valley, to be honest. It just depends on obviously exploration ability, going through that process and finding stuff. Yes, my respective audience, thank you for watching and tuning in as always. So, yeah, that last one was about, I think, 7B from the place. I mean, it could be harder or easier depending on how easily your fingers fit in the slots. For me, my fingers are a bit fat, so it felt at least 7B, to be honest. But in terms of the pulling, I mean, the tension, it felt harder than a 7C in some ways because I was over really quick. This one was like a long mission, fam, getting the right spots. But anyways, this one I'm looking at now is called Barrel Traverse. There's basically this barrel in it on the top of the mountain, which the boulder probably fell off. And I'm going to traverse it from that bit all the way down there and then coming up here, fam. Let's see how hard this one feels. So, okay, so the top is easy. Okay, so the top's easy. Escaped the rain. Basically, found this little cave passageway, which is probably quite famous, to be honest. I think there's a few lines on here. The lighting's a bit poor, so I'll try to record it. Yeah, just to escape of this. It's not even like proper rain, it's like really humid. So humid, it's crazy. So, it's crazy. Look, the road is right there and the rock's right here. Yeah, I've never been to this place, even the last few trips, or even like being recommended it by anyone. But the book says it's great, so we look at what the book says. But yeah, it's basically a cave, and it just goes through this little passage here. To be honest, all these landings and stuff, seems, a lot of it seems man-made. Like dug out, people have contributed to the scene. But yeah, it's so cool. Let's see if there's what we could do till the rain subsides. Right, so this one I'm looking at happens to be an 8B, right? Book says 8A, but I think maybe holes are broken. But I looked at videos online of guys touching them up. Obviously, if it's an 8B, then obviously I can't be doing that, flashing that, to be honest. I mean, I ain't on those levels. But if it's a bit easier, you have to try a few moves in. I think I need to go get some sugar, man. Yeah, so this thing is harder than I thought, man. It definitely is probably an 8B. The holes you're holding on to are so small. You're basically generating power from a really poor position. Like the top right hand here is quite slopey, it's quite poor. This left hand here, it's like a really tiny edge. I'll say about 6 mils. Yeah, it's got to be about 6, maybe about 8 mils. 8 mils. I mean, your feet are like really on like slopey, nasty holes. It's all this nasty chops. This doesn't feel like nice good quality. But in terms of the moves, it is. It's like it feels a bit like a limestone problem. I'll be honest. Yeah, I probably need another pad. Yeah, I'll try to come back to this one. This, my friends, is like a project. Yeah, because basically it's using like... I mean, the star holes are right. That's kind of poor. Checking into like some 4 holes. That's good, this little edge. But then these next 2 holes are quite bad. That's okay-ish. This is quite bad. But the rest is alright. To be honest, for 8B, yeah, I mean, should be getting that done because I've been out since 5 in the morning, fam. I'm gonna basically head back. I might come back with family. Maybe Mohammed could help me on this. Come on, Mohammed, you're meant to be helping me send the projects. What are you sleeping for, man? Please, wake up. Please, man. No, he's very tired. He's so tired. Such a nice day. The water is actually flowing quite fast. Come on, we come to the swings and slides area. You're gonna help your dad, eh? All ethnicities migrating to this area, fam. You got the purple guys, the blue guys, orange, white, every single color here, fam. Integrating like more than London. Alright, Mohammed, you're gonna get wet.
Not the hill, but the thing that it is.
Wow, I think this is the first time I've seen so many Asians near a crag in my life. Never would I thought it would be in North Wales. I can't tell whether these mandims live here. They're trespassing, they're refugees, fam, or they're just tourists. None of this makes any sense to me right now, fam. But anyways, this rock here, yeah, stumbled here because of the family situation. And for family, this crag is quite good because it's right next to a beach and family activities. Doesn't make sense because it's limestone. Limestone is normally close to infestation and disease, fam. But this thing's close to entertainment, so fair enough. Can't believe no one ever told me this. This lasted for that long.
Yeah, I imagine it's been reinforced, but a lot of the holes here are broken.
So it's basically like a training venue.
Yeah. Like my friend's dad like broke the start hold of one of these. Well, not quite the start hold, but this block he broke it into 20 pieces in like the 90s.
All right.
And managed to fix it back together.
It's like a Rubik's Cube.
Which is quite impressive. Yeah,
yeah, it's proper quarry, well drill. It reminds you of this place in Leicester called Forest Rock.
Okay, I've never been there.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a quarried like slate little bit of like rock.
Yeah.
Right by the road. That's nice, yeah. This one. Yeah. So this was crossing with the right?
I go with the left up
I bet it's heel.
I don't know heel,
And then right. It was heel.
Yeah, that.
Come on. Yes. Strong. Amazing. Is that from the start?
Yeah, that's 70 /80.
Jeez, you made it look like a V5, V6.
About 3 or 4 times before. I think 1983.
That's the one you should have showed me, man. You're telling me to start at the back and climb 30 meters to warm up.
Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, this actually might be the second best one. There's a lot of the other V6s on the right that are like super hard. Until you've done them about.
Oh, damn many people talk that positively of it for some reason.
Yeah.
Because it's limestone and it's the only problem in the weather's bad.
People who go there the first time often don't like it.
It's really good place. It's just that people get shut down on it.
Yeah.
First few trips a bit.
Oh. Come on. Oh, geez, that's horrible. You're going into the drill hole.
Yeah.
So where's it go? Rock the truss and tea?
Start matching jug.
Yes.
Then I have right foot here, left foot here,
into there.
left foot to the drill.
And then into that one.
And I go left foot here,
Yes.
right foot here,
Sick.
up to this drill.
That's nice.
Then I go with the left here, up to the flake here. And I like switch the feet, so I have the left here and the right here.
You come into those two.
You match the top.
When you,
So right foot here,
when you come into this.
and there's this.
So you cross.
Then you get the heel on here,
Okay.
and you bump again to the slot.
Right and then right again.
Then I go right foot on this spike. I come to the left of this pinch,
Okay, when you cross into the left there.
and then I have the right foot on here and left foot on here. And I sort of cross over and grab the pinch there, and then bump again to get the slot.
Okay.
And to match the slot, you have the left heel on.
Oh, that's where it finishes.
And you match, yeah.
Oh, nice. Starts in the middle of the cave and finishes somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Classic limestone.
It's like that.
Oh, right, that's amazing. The place is way more beautiful than I thought.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful limestone place I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's got good limestone. It's.
So is this right there?
Yeah, it's just that.
The hard stuff.
Hard stuff's not overhanging bit.
Yeah, it overhangs quite a bit when the tide's out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's
And
foot
the
paths
tide's in
and
the
this
moment,
stuff
but-
here on the left, above the road as well.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah, long term I think sport climbing, it takes more of a, it makes more sense because of the impact they take off falling, isn't it? With the rope it's less. But then you've got to learn the skill of sport climbing. It's way more, I find it's on the mind. So it's way more, I find it mentally exhausting because like you're thinking about things way more, strategy, when to clip, when to do the chalk, the pacing, and so all these other things you don't have to think about. With bouldering, you just straight, you know, you just do things with flow, like the way you just did stuff. But with sport, you've got to be a bit more strategic. But obviously, it depends on the sport climb because you can find sport climbs which are quite short and powerful.
These are like, there's a lot of those of root length.
Yeah. So you can find specific sport climbs like Frankenura, like yeah. So it's obviously style dependent. This is cool. So is the main like sport climbing in Wales? Is it around here? It's not there. Oh wow.
Done.
Oh no, I'm gonna injure my back. I say I'm going, I'm done. Ain't looking good, bruv. Ain't looking good. Jeez. Change of plan. Into the woods we go, fam. Perfect. When 40 miles per hour, 50 miles per hour wind strike Wales, you've got to make sure you dip to the woods. Because if there's rain, it's even good, because if the rain stops the infestations from coming about without the rain. So the conditions when it's a bit nasty for exposed rock, it's amazing for wooded rock. Like the baby Buddha. I might cook, but let's see. Hello my respective audience fam. So today we're getting shanked up on these crimpy roof edges on baby Buddha fam, whilst getting absolutely obliterated feasting on this juice. So I'm all covered up. So don't mind that, I'm not here to like try and intimidate you like some next London bruv, man. But anyways, so this area here is quite nice, it's in the woods. It's a shame that there's no other boulders here because this will be a perfect spot for more cool stuff. I mean there are rocks but it's kind of doesn't really look climbable to be honest, so you have to make the most of these scenarios. But I have a couple of split tips, almost pretty much. Don't know how, I think it might have been pulling on Paracella's cave yesterday evening, which probably wasn't ideal to be honest if you're climbing the next day. Because I was going to go in the exposed areas and the wind was like about 50 miles per hour and there was a lot of rain, so I decided to come up here, but there's absolutely no wind and then there's humidity and infestations. It's interesting how everything has changed very quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this vest back, put my top back on bro, getting killed here, safe. Right, brothers and sisters, so yeah, admitting it is part of being a man. Accepting it is part of a disease which diminishes your return as a man. So with that in mind, yeah, I had to cut my losses on that roof. Basically, I could do the moves pretty much, but my skin and splits, and I don't know. I don't think my skin is in top condition for multiple granite small edge pulling. I think yesterday I might have gone too hard. I felt like I'd had like double session. And then yeah, for these really fine edges, you've got to make sure that you're kind of well rested. And you basically, it's like basically climbing on the 2016 moonboard set when the holes are fresh and they're more sharp than they are on that board. So your power and strength reserves for those small, crimpy, very painful holes is really only good like straight away, like in the daytime. And if you don't fire within the first hour or so, I think you should cut your losses and go somewhere else, because it's going to do more damage than good. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. Maybe try and do some volume and carry on exploring. Learning not to suffocate your entire existence on a climb which is obliterating the very granules and fingertips and your ability to pull on holds. You should always explore the territories for volume and other opportunities, because it expands your mind. Even if you don't climb the block, you could do the moves. It expands your mind to go and explore different things, especially with the ticks and there's other variables. I mean, me personally, on an individual note, I prefer the exposure. I mean, I didn't fancy it in the morning, walking in the exposure. But when you think about it, I find it's much easier to rationalize and process your thought patterns if it's fully exposed to all the variables it needs to be fully tested. And then for those parameters to exist, you have to explore those territories and basically try various blocks. Man, that was dangerous. Okay. The RC boulders are good for volume. Hi, my respective audience. So, come to the end of this brief mission to North Wales. And I would say it was over at a blink of an eye. The same way bouldering, your maximum climb is over before you know it, fam. And you have to just exist within that momentary fabric of existence. So I'm happy for that, and I'm happy for today. I didn't really get on well with the crimps earlier because obviously my skin is bleeding, and obviously didn't respond very well to those sharp holds. I think parasailers last night, I mean, maybe strategically it wasn't the best idea to do that. I've been doing another physical day in the morning with less than 12 hours of rest. But it was good to open up the mind and the perspective to areas which I was previously oblivious to and didn't know much about. But keeping our mind focused, saw this opportunity of the RAC boulders, fam. Don't know where that name comes from. Maybe some guy broke down there, needed some RAC support, just like man's views dropped from there might need. Yeah, it was a nice, very nice area for volume of boulders. There's lots of stuff over there, fam. If this was in Sheffield or Peak District, bruv, each one of these little boulders would have about 1 million lines on it. There's even stuff up there. It depends on how brave you are, really, and how much time you got to explore. So think about Wales, you could explore in any direction, to be honest. I mean, these are just the mapped out areas, but there's it just offers you like a glimpse into what's possible. Like on this block, for instance, you could traverse it from down there, come up there, make this move, that move. Just endless opportunities. So for that, I'm grateful. And it's always good to add a bit of volume if you feel like you didn't get on the best in terms of your hardest climbs, but also understand that your body is just a vacuum of thought, and the manifestation of action results in the improvement that you need to make yourself happy. So seek improvement not only in pushing the grades, but in terms of enjoying the experience and being at peace with yourself, because that's a victory as well. And focus on other elements of your life, your family, your well-being and your health, because that's what really gets you through in life. And inshallah we'll carry on making gains. And yeah, the injury has obviously improved now because I warmed up a bit better, and I think, yeah, it's been almost 2 weeks. So for now, I'm grateful. Thank you for watching, and hopefully make some more videos. Fam, please subscribe and support the channel. It goes a long way towards helping me and my family and making that it's possible for me to reinvest all of that into doing more trips and producing more content. But with the greatness of Allah, I thank you from my heart, and thank you for watching. By some Toyotas, bruv. No, that's some Japanese car, fam. Yoshi, what car is that, bruv? Tell me.